What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we'll be previewing the huge clash between Richmond and Collingwood. Let's just get into it. Another weekend of very good football by Collingwood coming up. There's Clarkey making a little appearance. Hey, buddy. He's very keen for the football as well. We verse Richmond, 10 past 1, Saturday afternoon football. It looks to be like a rainy day, but we'll talk about that a little bit later and what that means for the game. In regards to this game, it is going to be it's an interesting game of football. Richmond are going in as favourites. The odds say that they're favourites. We're a bit of the outsiders, but it's good to note that Richmond haven't won 2 in a row since June last year. What that means is either two things. Richmond continue not to win 2 in a row, or Richmond obviously win 2 in a row because everybody plays their grand final against Collingwood. Just look at West Coast, what they're going through at the moment, and we're the only team that they were able to beat in 7 rounds this season. It's just, everyone plays their grand final against us. But in saying that, I really want to talk about the West Coast and Richmond game last week as well. Tom Lynch finished that game with 7 goals, 5. Richmond dominated, over 100-point winners. But what does that mean in the grand scheme of things? Are Richmond really good? Beating West Coast by 100 points? Richmond are good. We get that, right? But West Coast are playing absolutely, 1, horrible footy, and 2, because of their personnel isn't there, right? So it's not on West Coast themselves. They're missing a lot of players. Richmond, letting Tom Lynch, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 or 13 shots at goal for Tom Lynch. The dominance through the midfield by the Tigers. That's without Dusty, and I think Cochin didn't play last week as well. So they had a couple of missing. But it's always hard, smashing a team one week and then the next week, not really performing. Brisbane did it when they smashed the Kangaroos this year. And Geelong did it in round 1 where they were smashing Essendon for most of the game. They ended up winning by 60-something points. And then the next week against Sydney, they lose by 30 points. So I get, it's a bit of, for me personally, it's a bit of false confidence. So Richmond will really see where they are when they come up against our Magpie outfit. Talking about our Magpie outfit, number 2 pressure team in all of the comp. A very, very good attacking team. Like I posted on my Instagram and my Twitter page, we are averaging over 90 points a game and conceding only 84 points a game in the first 7 games. Last year, we were averaging 69 points a game and conceding only 81 points a game. So our defensive is worse off by 3 points, which is not even a goal. But our offense is up by 4 goals a game. And that's a testament to Craig and the coaches. Couple that with the kids that we've got coming through, the way that we're playing football now. Out the back, just running it through. We're not going to the sides. We're not kicking back. We're looking for options up front. Sure, it's not going to work out for us a lot, and we saw that in our game last week against Gold Coast where, they kicked 2 goals at the start of every quarter, except for the last quarter. They kicked 1 goal in that last quarter, but that's going to happen. Teams like that are going to happen. But in saying that, we have 10 individual goal kickers. We've had that for numerous weeks. Everyone is chipping in with our makeshift forward line. No Jamie Elliott, no Nathan Kruger, Mason Cox isn't there. We're not, we haven't got a big forward like Tom Lynch or Jack Rewalt or Hawkins or Cameron. We got Brody Majek, who is one of my faves. We got Darcy Cameron, we got Jack Ginnivan. All these players are playing their parts and playing their parts well as a team. So this is more of a test for Richmond than it is a test for us. Now let's talk about team selection a little bit. So Collingwood drops Jack Madgen, drops Callum Brown, and drops Reef McGuinness. Brown and McGuinness, I kind of get it. McGuinness was an unused sub last week. Brown didn't really do much when he had the football, and when he did, he just fumbled or his kicks weren't hitting targets and stuff like that. Madgen is the weird one because, Richmond have got Lynch, Martin, Rewalt, Castagna up there, Lambert when he's down there, and Bolton as well as their forwards, as their starting forwards. We're missing that sort of mid-size, or not even mid-size, because Madgen is really tall, that tallish defender. But are they thinking about the weather? Is it not going to be weather football for tall players is going to be more on the ground. So does Lynch and Riewoldt kind of come out of it? That's the only thing I can kind of think, because yes, Madgen is a whipping boy, but he's been playing pretty well these last couple of weeks. Yes, he makes mistakes. Everyone does. No one's calling for Taylor Adams' head. No one's calling for Howe's head or Moore's head, you know. It's always Madgen. He's always the whipping boy. But does that mean that, you know, they're thinking that the weather is going to play a part in it, and we don't need that big-bodied sort of third defender, because Moore will most likely be on Lynch, Howe will most likely be on Riewoldt, and Maynard will be on the returning Dustin Martin. And Damien Hardwick this week said a 50 to 60% fit Dustin Martin is better than 90% of the AFL population, and I hate to agree with him, but I'm going to have to agree with him. Maynard is going to need to do a big shutdown role on him this week to just nullify any sort of influence that he has in the forward line, because I think that he will mainly play in the forward line because he doesn't have that match fitness to kind of go in the middle. So, yeah, it's going to be a weird one. If he goes in the middle, if he goes in the forward line, it doesn't really matter. He'll destroy any sort of team. It's time we, you know, nullify his presence and put in. For us though, we bring in Ollie Henry, who kicked 7 goals last week in the VFL, and Trent Bianco, who kicked 5 goals a fortnight ago. Love this. You got to reward good VFL effort. Ollie Henry coming in with 7 goals. He's going to slot in perfectly in that forward line. With Cameron, DeGoey, Ginnivan, Beggar staying in as well. So we've got a little bit tall. Ollie Henry's that sort of medium-sized forward. I think they're going to have a bit of trouble manning up on him. Ginnivan is hopefully going to run another riot. But like I said, I'm a little bit concerned that we're one defender down. In saying that though, Richmond are also a defender down. Vlosten comes out of the team. I think they would just announce that this morning, and Dion Prestia comes out of the team too. And coming in is Marlian Pickett and I think Sydney Stack or Collier Dawkins. I'm not too sure on who they brought in. But Vlosten, good defender, goes out. Dion Prestia, good midfielder, goes out. So that kind of helps our cause. It's just going to be a 50-50 game, and I'm absolutely here for it. My big call and prediction, Collingwood are going to win by 20 points, and Ollie Henry is going to kick 3 goals. I know that's not really a big call because he just kicked 7, but I think this might be one of Ollie Henry's breakout games, because we know that he struggled a little bit with possessing the ball and just kind of backing himself, so hopefully this is his breakout game. But, swoopers, let me know your thoughts down below. As always, love to hear your thoughts and comments. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers, I'll swoop you later.